Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. That's Jacob Tanjay. I don't know if Michael Beach Your Life is going to be on here today or not. There's my old heads, Jeffrey Tatter, Roger Walker, excuse me, Jack Wolfinger. Thank y'all for all your support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers join us today, welcome. And anybody joining us on replay, there's always a topic, but remember, this is your live stream, so whatever you want to talk about, just put it over here in the comments. Let me see if I can get this layout better, a little bit better. Okay, there, that's a little bit better, I guess. The peso is 56.74, but the topic is there's a sure way to find what you're looking for in the Philippines, and I know what it is. I want to welcome my guest today, Mr. Claude Roberts. Go ahead and introduce. Wait, Claude, can you cut off a
I
YouTube?
did.
You can't have YouTube on at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself briefly. Just let us know, where you're from, what's your connection to the Philippines.
Yes, my name is Claude Roberts, and I'm here in Cagayan de Oro, in the Philippines. And uh, I'm a new vlogger, a passport preacher pastor, and been learning my way around over here thanks to people like Calvin. It's been a great education and really helped me a lot to be able to maneuver my way. So I'm doing pretty good over here.
Well, good. Yeah, and you've got what's the name of your channel?
Passport, past, passport, pastor preacher. A
Oh,
passport
okay.
preacher. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I thought pastor and preacher meant the same thing, but I guess you added some way,
Yeah.
added a little bit more to it, I guess. But one thing that I'm going to tell you guys, if you really want to get the most out of Philippines, here's what you have to do. Are y'all ready for it? This isn't earth shattering, but it's lower your expectations and let go of the unrealistic expectations about the Philippines. That's it, really. I mean, because a lot of people come over here, Claude. I keep calling you Clyde because I just
Yeah.
saw my neighbor. His name is Clyde, and they're floating, man. They're way up there, and they missed the
Hmm.
exit to the Philippines on their way to heaven. They've got this unrealistic view of this place. They're listening to their favorite vloggers, and it's not a good thing. The Philippines is the Philippines. That's what makes it so attractive to me. When I came here, I didn't have any expectations. I promise you. The only expectation I had was that this place be different from where I was coming from. That's all it was. Okay. But now let me put this out there. Expectation and standards are two different things. Okay. Sometimes we get that mixed up. Okay. But if you want to know what an expectation is, it's just a strong belief that something will happen or be the case. And according to psychologists, more than anything else, expectations they kind of guide our life, our reality. See, so if you come over here with these high expectations of the Philippines and unrealistic expectations, and they don't live up to your expectations, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be sad. You know, what I would tell you is learn to accept what is over here rather than what should be. Now, what kind of expectations did you have coming over here, Claude?
Well, I came over here. I had been watching Calvin for a good while and a few others. And my expectations were different than many others. I didn't come over here for a woman. There were three reasons why I chose the Philippines. I was in California and I had to escape that place. And I was thinking about moving to Texas, but I investigated the Philippines and I found the three things that really did it for me. Well, one, they were friendly. I had many Filipino friends over there in Antioch. If any of you listen, God bless you. I love you. And they were very friendly and they said, yeah, I would fit in well. They were friendly. Number two was they spoke English, which at my age, I'm not really interested in learning any other language, even though I wish I had learned a little Bisaya as it is, but I'm able to get by. And for me, the number one reason was it was the number one Christian country in the world. As I said, I'm passport preacher, and I was thinking about this, and Calvin really encouraged me to go ahead and start my channel because I was like, no one's doing that. I'm a real Christian man, a preacher, have been a pastor, and I just wanted to give basic principles over here about what is real. Like Calvin, I agree with you 100%. The expectations. My expectations was to come over here, enjoy there was 7,617 islands. I said I could spend the rest of my life there. So that was my motivation. And I've been able to maneuver by having realistic expectations. And some things have been much better than I thought.
Right. Okay. Now, I always ask all my guests to kind of keep your answers brief because, there's going to be like 300 people on here. I'm not picking on you. I tell everybody that, Claude. I forgot to tell you that in the beginning. It keeps the conversation moving. They really like to see us bouncing off each other. Okay.
Okay.
But one thing I can tell you is just embrace the moment, really. I mean,
really,
expectations come from watching. These unrealistic expectations come from watching a lot of these vloggers. And you say, well, I'm going to love the Philippines the same way he loves it. Or look at his life over there. When I get over there, I'm going to have the same life he's got or better, right? Because we're not really talking about reasons, but I'm glad you gave your reasons, Clyde. I'm talking about expectations. And a lot of times, they're unrealistic. Okay, you'll say stuff like this. Okay, my life in the Philippines is going to change me. All I got to do is get over that, right? But it's not. It's not going to change you. What it's going to do is going to expose you. It's going to show who you really are. Okay. If you're selfish, you're going to be even more selfish over here. You're a womanizer, you're going to be even more of a womanizer here.
I agree.
But those are some of the unrealistic expectations. My $1,000 is going to perform miracles. See, instead of just coming over here and embracing the Philippines, embracing the differences and dealing with things as they come, we come to the Philippines with these grandiose expectations, and sometimes they backfire. One of the psychologists called it masturbating and shooting on ourselves. He's talking about the Philippines. What I got right here? Wait. In order for the Philippines to be a better place, it must do this and that. You've heard that before, right, Clyde?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard us Westerners come over here and say what the Philippines must do to become better, right? Fix the traffic, fix the infrastructure, right? That's masturbating and shooting, or they should do this and they should do that. But standards is something different. Now, standard, I'm just giving you the definition here. It's a level of quality that is thought to be acceptable. So we all have standards. You got standards, right, Clyde?
Oh, yeah, I definitely have standards.
Sometimes we get that mixed up, though, with expectations. Because I'm going to tell you, I watch a lot of videos, and I don't watch the whole video, but I'll click on some of these videos, and these guys are really living they seem to be living these spectacular lives abroad. And I can see where people can get, that impression that, man, all I got to do is get over there and, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm got all these beautiful women here. I'm going to have, eating out all the time and going to these nice nightclubs and everything like that. But I say lower your expectations. That way you're really going to get the most out of this country, because no place is a utopia. No place is going to live up to those expectations. Now, when did you arrive here in the Philippines?
I arrived this time April, and I've been here since April.
Now, you did tell me that you've got some good news on the horizon.
Yeah. Well,
Something's going to happen in November. What's that all about?
Yes. Well, I will be tying the knot in November.
Okay, man. Yeah, I met your beautiful fiance.
Yeah, very, very strong Christian woman. And that's all
Yeah.
I was concerned about for me.
Well, good. Now, when you say a good Christian woman, what do you mean?
Well, a lot of people claim to be Christians, but in practice, you find it to be different. And I did not want that. I'm not, that's not my style. My style is someone who loves the Lord like I do. And believe you me, that's a high standard.
Yeah. Now, he says, I love the Philippines for what it is, because it do what it do and then make me happy, way better, different than this crazy rat race system that we live in America. I think that's the best thing. See, when I came over here, the only expectation I had was I wanted it to be different than what I was coming from. And it was different. And the longer I stayed here, the more other things started to show themselves, the beaches. I knew nothing about the beaches, believe it or not, in the Philippines. No one had clouded my thinking, because I hadn't heard anybody talk about the Philippines since the 80s, man, when I was in the Navy. So by the time I came here in 2009, those were distant memories. I never even remember them. I just knew I wanted to come to the Philippines, but I didn't have all these high expectations that I see guys coming over here with. One of them, since you're talking about getting married, a woman will change me and be the source of all my happiness. Guys, this is the expectation we have, a lot of us, when we get over here. And we get over here and we realize that, hey, these women are a whole lot like the women from where I came from. They just look different. Right, Clyde? I mean, Claude? I'm sorry.
They're alike but different.
Yeah, they're alike but different. I mean,
but
they bleed once a month, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like they're from outer space or something.
No.
Okay, it's not. But this is what we think, that we're gonna come over here because that's all that's wrong with us. I'm lonely. I'm depressed. I'm by myself. If I can just get me a beautiful woman like Claude's got, I'm gonna be fine, man. But that's a high expectation, and then they come over here and it doesn't happen. Women aren't laying down on the ground waiting for you to pick them up.
No.
So this is what I'm talking about. It's better to just come over here and see for yourself. That's the best way, really, to do it.
Oh,
you can watch too many. You can watch too many of these vlogs. At some point, you got to pull the damn trigger. And I'm sorry, Pastor, but I don't think damn is real. They say damn in the Bible, don't they?
Yeah, in certain contexts, yes.
Yeah, what's this? APC Doc. Thanks for that super sticker. But here's another thing. Everyone can speak English over here and can understand me. And it's not true.
No.
We come over here, man.
No.
If you really want to be happy over here and eventually find out what you want, you got to lower your expectations. Because the Philippines is the Philippines. We're not talking about standards, see? Because people get that mixed up. They come from Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, and all those different places, Indonesia, and they start talking standards. They're not talking expectations. They're talking standards. They're used to a certain standard that's acceptable to them. Okay, and they say, well, Philippines doesn't meet my standards, whatever it is. But let me be real honest here, and this is 100% facts right here. We see and experience so little of the Philippines and its culture that we really can't form a true opinion. Really, we can't do it. You don't say, okay, you haven't been but a very few places since you've been here, right, Claude?
Oh, I've been a number of places, not as many as I thought I would, but I've been to 6 or 7 different places.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the Philippines is much bigger than 6 or 7 places.
Oh, I've only just, that's just a drop in the bucket. There are places near me
Yeah,
where, I didn't know that are right in this city that I could not believe. Even when you were here, I tried to take you to one place we couldn't even go. So yeah, there's a lot more than you think.
yeah. See, here's one expectation that people have. It's unrealistic too. Every day will be an adventure and full of exploration. Yeah, in the
Yep.
beginning, it's called a honeymoon period, guys. That's what it's called. But the dust will settle. It gets real quiet over here, and you have to eventually move into like a routine. Do you have a routine, Claude?
Yeah, it's the same routine like I had back in the States, just with a few little differences. It's
See, that's
still life.
exactly
You're
what I'm
still
talking about.
living life. Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. See, that's reality. The unrealistic expectations is, oh, I'm going to be able to travel all the time. That's not true because you have to have a life over here. So to travel, if you got that kind of money, then you can. But it's expensive to travel over here.
Calvin, I'll say this that you said, and it is very true. Don't come over here saying it's cheap. Come over here saying it's cheaper.
Well, that's another unrealistic expectation. My $1,000 is going to perform miracles over here. It's
Mm-mm.
really not. You better come over here with a good financial plan
Yes.
and don't be spending like there's no tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
you got a mint in your damn bedroom. Robert said principles are different than standards or expectations. We can keep our principles and lower our standards. Same thing with expectations. Yeah, we're just talking about what really messes guys up over here, Robert, is the high expectations they have for the Philippines. And the Philippines can never live up to those expectations. They mix them up with standards. They talking about, well, if they should fix the infrastructure. Remember, we're shooting on each other. Okay. Masturbating, telling them what the Philippines must do, giving commands and demands. No, the Philippines is what it is. And the sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. Most of you guys, you come over floating. I see them, Claude. They're way up there. They missed the exit to the Philippines on their way to heaven. They think this is utopia over here. And when they realize it's not, they start talking down on the Philippines. No, you can't do that, man. You have to lower your expectations. That's not a put down of the Philippines. It's just saying, look, just be realistic. Okay, no woman over here is going to change your life.
No.
Okay. Golden Gate says you only know how strong your faith is when you face adversity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can all talk that Jesus stuff and I love the Lord, but let it something really happen, Claude. I know you, by being a pastor, you've seen all that, right?
Oh yeah, I see a lot. I experience a lot myself. But you got to live in reality.
But I mean, he says, He said, you really don't know your faith until you face an adversity.
Well, even the Bible says you got to be tried. And that's true. God knows what you'll do, but you don't. So yeah, you've got to be tried. Then you'll find out who you are and what you are.
Okay, Fireblazer 99. See, this is right out of my notes. He says, if every day is an adventure, it's called a vacation, not reality. Okay, one of the unrealistic expectations we have is that retirement over here is just an extended vacation. Okay, and that's, we're on vacation every damn day. I'm sorry, guys, it's not.
No.
The sooner that you come down to earth, because a lot of you guys come over here, you're in heaven already. And the better this place is going to look, the more you're going to appreciate it, the more you're going to appreciate the culture. As long as you learn, the psychologists say, learn to accept what is. Okay, when you get over here, just accept what is rather than what should be. And that's our problem. We get over here and we start thinking that the Philippines should be just like it is where I come from, or people are going to be nice to me and show respect. Well, that doesn't happen all the time.
I totally agree. The should and would, I'm like, yeah, if they do this here or do that. And I've catch myself. I say, look, you are where you are, and they've been here all this time. Maybe they'll change, but maybe they won't. Just take care of your own little corner of the world.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. See, when you get over here and you say, well, it's the Philippines, so it's not the United States, it's not Vietnam. And I got to just, learn to embrace. I'm grateful just to be alive today. I'm not going to go around, with these unrealistic expectations that I know are going to go unfulfilled. Okay, I don't live my life based on Claude Roberts' life and what I see Claude Roberts doing. I got to deal with what's in my face on a daily basis. Sometimes moment to moment is what I got to deal with. But I didn't come over here with a cape and flying over here, but a lot of guys do, and they're disappointed. They get disappointed real quick and they're ready to leave instead of just, lower your expectations, embrace the Philippines for what it is, man. It's not Thailand. Interland says, could you go over Social Security survival benefits for spouse and children in the Philippines? I'm not a lawyer, man. I don't know anything about that. I think you're in the wrong channel for that.
Just with what you said, it say when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. So when you're over here, you got to blend with what the people are doing.
My life's been a whole lot better when I learned to do that instead of projecting, what I think on the Philippines, what it should be and all that. I came over, I just wanted something different than what I was getting at home. And I got that. Then next thing you know, okay, here's all these women around, beautiful women around, beaches, people are so nice. I started discovering stuff. The Philippines started presenting itself to me. I didn't come over here with a long laundry list, a Christmas list of stuff that I thought the Philippines was supposed to be and what my life was supposed to be once I got here. But this is what we're doing now. I see it, man. I've seen so many guys just show up here. It's like, well, I can make it over here because such and such said I can. He's making it over here. All I got to do is show up over here. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you something right now. And who am I, right? Nobody. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. It's different, man. I used to brag about the type of guys who show up over here. I used to brag about that. I don't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's showing up here now thinking that, yeah, I'm a good fit for the Philippines. I can do it over there. because their expectations, they've got certain expectations, man. You see people who are borderline mentally retarded over here. They're coming over here. Who am I to tell them don't do it, right?
Grown men, do what you want to do.
The grown men. But I'm saying because the message is gone out there, we're sending the wrong message. They're getting the wrong message. He says, Golden Gate says, how's Geechee doing? I think he's in the last video I saw of his, he was in Tacloban. He's checked into his volunteer. He's doing some volunteer work. You know, but he's still Geechee Land, man. You know, me and Merlin, we watched it, and he's doing that same stuff. He needs to be careful. And when I see him face to face, I'm going to tell him what I need to tell him. Because the girl's name was Honey. And he says, Honey, even if your name wasn't Honey, I would call you Honey because I want you to be my honey. I'm like, dude, you can't say that stuff over here, Geechee Land. You know, you got to be careful. But I'll tell him that when I see him in person. Let's see, he says, AICS USA says, if you want to keep your medical insurance in the USA, then you call going there vacation. And you come back or contact your doctor for a phone visit every 6 months. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, your Medicare, that's what he says. If you move there, you lose your Medicare in 6 months. Well, here's the thing, though. We're still they can't take your Medicare for that. If you've got the Medicare Advantage, if you're out of the coverage area for 6 months, yeah, they can take you off that plan. But you can't lose your Medicare. You're still a U.S. citizen. You haven't rescinded your citizenship. I mean, I keep an address in America, and a mail, you know, where they mail my packages and important documents and stuff. I've got a mailing address, and then I've got a shipping address. My shipping address is here.
Yes, that's true. I know that by experience. You do keep it.
Slayer says, why would you want to come over there and chance it into the place you just escaped from? You want to answer that? You want to answer that?
Oh, I would love to. Exactly. I mean, if it was so good where you came from, then, you know, why did you leave? This is a different place. You can't turn it. If you're going to turn it into where you came from, you might as well stay where you are.
Yeah. And it's certainly not the same place. But I'm just saying, temper your expectations a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. There's reality, then there's fantasy, man.
It's not fantasy here, but it is very nice. It's so much to love here. But like I say, temper your expectations and live in reality. And the realness of the reality is very good.
Yeah, okay. I would love to feel. Here's some of the stuff we talked about. Every day will be an adventure. It's not really for me. It's almost like I'm at home now. He says, I love being there with my girlfriend and our daughter. He said, Tony speaks the truth. Who's Tony? What's he talking about? Well, tell that to the dudes hooking up with single mothers. But see, here's the thing, guys. People have their own preferences. You know, see, you seem like one of those guys who has all the answers, man. I'll be afraid of you, man. You know, because I'm like, well, why are you on a Philippine vlogging live stream if you got all the answers over there? I mean, if you got it all together, most of the guys who come over here, we don't have it all together. We trying to get it together.
I've
See?
been living this life for many years and trying to get it together. And I still don't have it together. Do we ever get it together?
Yeah, but guys like him, he's on my live stream all the time. He's got all the answers. And these are the
Yeah.
guys you have to be careful of. He's probably not even over here.
Yeah.
If he is, I'd like to meet him. I'd like to see his woman. I'd like to see his lifestyle that he's living over here. See, these are the guys who got these unrealistic expectations. Oh, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to, do this and that. And she's going to go along with it or whatever it is. I'm going to have the best of everything.
Unrealistic.
Yeah. Hey, Helpology says, for your information, the reality is we are now in World War III. Soon America will finish building the wall to keep you, not keep others out. We will be on permanent lockdown and you will not be able to leave America. Well, we're going to cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay? And I don't even like to talk about that. Okay, Robert Dame says, ask the pastor, what are the expectations around a marriage over there? Is there a big money layout?
Okay, well, the expectations are, there are some expenses. Is it expensive like in America? No, it's not. But it will cost you something. You still have to be wise with your budget and watch what you do. You can't try to do every extravagant thing. Use some moderation, use some common sense. And it is definitely doable. But like I say, it's not as expensive as it is in the States. Just remember, it's not cheap here, it's cheaper.
I love LaChon said, things never turn out the way I expect them to. Always plan for the what if. Well, that's right. I've got that here too. Plan for an emergency, but deal with things as they come, man. I didn't come over here thinking that the Philippines was going to all of a sudden change my life. That has happened. But I had something to do with that too. It wasn't just the Philippines. Certainly it wasn't a woman. She can't change her own damn life, let alone trying to change my life. And she's certainly not going to be the source of all my happiness. But this is the unrealistic expectations we put on women over here. See, people like Anthony Thomas and all the rest of them, they bring the unrealistic expectations that we're running from over there, that the women put us under over there. We bring them over here and saddle them onto the Filipina. Oh, she's got to have a certain amount of job. She got to have a job. She got to look a certain way. I haven't come up with it yet, but I will, to combat the, the 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 figures. But see, we come over here and we do the Filipina like that. Okay, we she got to be perfect. Okay, that's our expectations, man. See, and you're gonna be disappointed because they're not over here. There's no perfect women over here.
No.
Okay, but that's what we do. We take them unrealistic expectations we're running from. Oh, she gotta be a virgin. She can't have any kids, but we've got children. Okay, you gotta have a job. You gotta have her own place. Everything, right? And then you get over here and be like, man, it'd be like getting a needle in a haystack, So yeah, you got to temper with your expectations, and then next thing you know, here's your soulmate looking you right in the face. Y'all standing in line together at the damn store. It just happens like that. But when you come over here, man, thinking that don't stink, and I'm gonna run the Philippines, that's unrealistic expectations because you're not. They've seen people like you before. When you die, somebody's gonna be here to replace you.
You're not gonna run the Philippines, you're gonna get run out of the Philippines.
Farblazer says, I need to win $1,000 on Calvin's show. Are you smarter than a 5th grade student? A grade 5 student. And you can only win 1,000 pesos. And some guy says, oh, you're making Filipinos look bad. I said, no, I'm not. I said I could come to America in Louisville, Kentucky, Claude, and ask the same general questions in my neighborhood, and people they wouldn't be able to answer. That's the whole fun of it. I mean, why would I sit there and ask little simple questions like, what day is Christmas? If, what's the challenge there? No, I'm not jumping on anybody. I'm just saying that I've been here for 3 years, Timothy Bright, right? And people like him show up on my live streams. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying that those are unrealistic expectations. If you got all the answers, then why are you on a Philippine vlogging stream? I don't get it. We're looking for answers, man. We don't have it all together. We still trying to get it together, but you certainly wouldn't be on here. You had all the damn answers. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't bother me. I'm glad to see him here. I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm just saying that whatever you do, they got an answer to it. Don't mess with them single mothers. Well, who else are we going to deal with? You're a single father, more than likely. I could see if you're talking to guys who don't have children, but I've got children, so that would be a hypocrite. I come over and say, well, I don't want a woman with kids. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm talking to guys who don't have children of their own, yeah. But remember, those aren't expectations. China's older vocal says you found what you are looking for, but you left 194 trillion debt so that migrants can live where you left. Well, no, I didn't. I left that situation. I'm not responsible for that. But I guess I am, because I vote for the same clowns in office every year. So I guess I am sort of responsible. But Carla Will says, remember, we aren't all the same. What's good for one isn't good for all. Well, that's not even what the live stream is about. The live stream is about, let's do it again, guys. There's a sure way to find out what you're looking for in the Philippines, and I know what it is. If we lower our expectations. People come over here with unrealistic expectations. It doesn't matter whether we believe it or not. They do. How many people have I heard say, oh, the Philippines ain't what I thought it was? Well, how are you going to get? That's the problem. You're thinking you know what it's supposed to be like over here. Where did you get those thoughts from? Instead of you just coming over here and seeing what it is, okay, and then dealing with it like that, you come over and get disappointed because they're unrealistic.
I bought a BMW. Always wanted one, but it wasn't what I expected. So unrealistic.
Now this is true. Okay, this is true, but there's nothing wrong with lowering your expectations if they're way up here, if they're unrealistic. That's all I'm saying, Will. Most of us that come over here, our expectations are unrealistic. Women aren't going to be jumping on your back over here. Will you have an opportunity to meet a nice woman that you probably couldn't meet at home? Yeah. Okay. Everybody over here doesn't speak English and is not going to understand you fully. Every day is not vacation. You're not on vacation. It's not an extended vacation. It's not an adventure and I'm, full of exploration and all of that, okay? Your $1,000 is not going to work miracles over here. These are the expectations that we bring over here. I'm going to meet the woman of my dreams over here. She's going to change my life. Okay, she's going to be the source of all my happiness. The perfect woman is over here, in the Philippines. See, that's our expectation. That's just some of them. No, I haven't. But of course, we all change. Do you change? Are you the same man you were when you were 21, Claude?
Absolutely not. If you look at one of my vlogs,
now, this guy, here he is. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, and he says, And he doesn't expect me to change. I'm supposed to be the same guy I was 3 years
No,
ago.
we
Dude,
change
see,
every day.
those are your expectations. Okay? You need to lower your expectations. I'm not, what's the guy who used to be on 60 Minutes? The guy who, I'm not Ed Bradley and all of that. You know, I can change. Okay, and that's what I've done because I live here, man. I'm
You
not,
better.
I've got a conscience. Okay, I know that people eventually going to show up over here, so you might as well tell them the truth. Yeah, they call they are masturbating. That's right. That's what they called it. The Philippines must do this if they want to be a great company and all of that, right? Now, he said, where's the beach of life? He would say abracadabra. Well, I think he's probably traveling. I don't know. He said there's no such thing as a perfect woman, right? But that's what we want when we come over here. We want her to be everything that the women are not over there. So we put these unrealistic expectations on her. By the way, I'm 60, but I want a 22-year-old with no children. She's a virgin. She's got a college education. She got her own job, building her own house in the province. You know, I want all of that. That's unrealistic. Can you find that over here? Yeah, but more than likely, you're not going to find that. Okay.
Needle in a haystack.
But to say that I've changed, I mean, I take that as a compliment. I want to continue to evolve. Okay. Nothing stays the same. If you stagnate, you're going to die, Will. I want to tell you that right now. Okay. You're not the same man you was 5 minutes ago. I hate to tell you that. But, you know, I mean, hey, let's see. Yeah, facts. That's right. Cabal said, guys, there's a difference between being the prize and winning the prize. I just like to talk about real life stuff. I want people to come over here and at least have a chance for the Philippines to work for them, just to see if it's going to work. But if you're coming over here, like I said, a lot of you guys are floating. You missed the exit to the Philippines on your way to heaven. You're in heaven somewhere when you come over here. No, you're in the Philippines, man. This is not utopia. It's a lot of shortcomings over here. But if you know that the Philippines is what it is, then guess what? You're going to get a whole lot more out of it. You're going to stop looking for all the negatives. You're going to start seeing the positives over here. It's a lot of positives over here. Hey, Ty Sanders. Yeah, he said that we all change. That's the only way to go forward in life. Yeah. Pierre Cochran says, I'm glad we have someone with real boots on the ground giving us the real lowdown. I don't want sugarcoating. Thank you. But most of us do. They want that guaranteed, Claude, that when they come over here, all of them unrealistic expectations are going to be met. But I'm
Not
here to
gonna
tell you,
happen.
stop. When you step foot off that plane, if you was a loser over there, you're going to be a loser over here. It's going to take you time to evolve into a winner if you're going to be a
Yes.
winner. And you're going to have more to do with that than the Philippines. You're just going to be given some more tools to work with over here that's going to help you on that route. But that's an unrealistic expectation. If I just leave, sometimes, you know, a new environment does help.
Yes, it can.
It
If you
certainly,
want to
yeah,
change.
that helped me. Yeah. Now,
If
what
you
church
want
do
to
you
change, you
belong
got
to?
to.
What church do you belong to over here, Claude?
I go to a church called Victory. It's
Victory?
Victory Church, just strictly Bible-based church. It's got to be Bible because I grew up hard Pentecostal, high standards,
Okay.
even beyond. So I believe in a real strict Christian life, and I found a church that really teaches the Bible, and that's why I'm there.
Okay. Now, it's funny you say standards because it says standards provide a reliable basis for people to share the same expectations about people, places, and things. Sometimes we confuse the two. I wrote that down because a lot of times we confuse expectations with standards. We kind of, we come from Thailand, so it's not that we're expecting the Philippines to be Thailand, but we're used to a certain standard for so many years, and the Philippines doesn't meet the standard, so they'll say, "Oh, the Philippines wasn't what I expected." So sometimes standards, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to lower my standards. I'm not going to lower my standards. I will lower my expectations.
Yes.
Okay, because some of us, man, we're way out. Our expectations are way out there in the universe somewhere. But Carl Will says, I think if more vloggers talk about the negatives, then people wouldn't have unrealistic expectations. Yeah, I think you're right. I think if more vloggers gave you the 360, but what we're basically doing is talking about the same things. Okay, I talk about my experiences. So yesterday I do a video. I say, I would never bring another Filipina to America. I wasn't talking about Filipinas. I wasn't talking about my ex-wife. I was talking about, and then I said, here's why, right? So I'm just talking about the men over there. It's like the circus coming to town when you bring your woman over there, right? Well, I'll be damned if I don't look on my feed and there's another vlogger who basically has the same damn video. He says, I'll never bring a Filipina to America. Here's why. And I'm thinking, this is why we can't get through to people. We're basically stumbling over each other, using the same content rather. I'm saying, I was telling y'all from experience. I brought a woman over there. I'm not telling you what I think. See, and this is the problem. We're telling people what we think instead of what we're actually have experienced. That can get you in trouble. That can get people in trouble. Telling them, look, if I'm not going to put anything out there that I'm not living, experiencing, or seeing over here, Claude. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Right there. I'm not going to do it. And that's the problem. I don't want to hear what you think. Did you do it? Are you doing it? Okay. That's all I'm saying.
I'm reminded of one thing that you said. That you said, like the guy talked, he knows this, he knows that. But you said once, you say, well, if you don't like what I'm doing, you do your vlog and you do that. And I thought that was
exactly. Yeah. But they hold us to such a high standard, man. Look, man, I'm from the damn hood. I'm Nancy Carl Roach's son. I don't have all these accolades that they want to throw at us. I'm not Ed Bradley and all that, man. I'm sitting here on an Oppo phone. I do my vlogs on an Oppo phone. Okay, they probably cost less than $300 or something. You understand what I'm saying? But they want you to put these Pulitzer Prize win videos. The best I can do is to share my life experiences with you. That's the best I can do. That's the best I have to offer. And if that's not good enough, then go to the sugary stuff. Because there's a lot of it over there. It's a lot of it over there. He says, Kang, the digital nomad global tracker, says, well said. We mix standards with expectations. And yes, I think we've gotten to a point where the vlogger view is clashing with the expectations of the viewer subscriber, especially if he's a first timer. Yeah, you're right about that. We do confuse standards with expectations. And, I'm not, y'all heard that expression, I'm going to let my mouth write a check my behind can't cash, right? Okay. I'm not going to talk about nothing I'm not doing over here. I mean, I don't want to fool anybody. I was doing that from the beginning because I knew, I said, well, eventually the Philippines is going to reopen. Eventually, Claude, it was going to reopen. And all we have as vloggers is our credibility. If your credibility gets shot on here, you're done. Why do you think I invite people to my meet and greets and to come see me at my house and stay at my guest house? I want them to see that I'm authentic. I'm the same guy that you're looking at on that screen. I'm living the same way I'm telling you I'm living. I'm not hiding from anybody, man. You know, some people appreciate that, but some people don't. It goes right over their head.
I know I do. I met Calvin and we had a little time together, and I really like that brother. He's real. He's just like he is there, and I hope he sees me as the same thing, just like I am here.
Well, we're not going to get into this, guys. He said, Calvin, your videos are becoming angry. Dude, Andrew Hunter, let me say this. You got the right to your opinion, okay? I've got over 1,300 videos, man, okay? Stop with that. I'm just giving you the 360. What do you want me to do? Okay, it's just my passion. It's the way that I come off. And maybe to you, it's anger, but to me, it's not. What am I angry for? I'm just telling you the truth. You guys don't like the truth. You know, when somebody steps on your toes, you get mad. Oh, he's angry. You know, when I talk about the stupid stuff y'all do over here that I see y'all do, because I did it all, Claude. I did it all. They think that when I talk about guys spending millions of pesos, that I haven't spent millions of pesos. Trust me, since December of 2018, I'm probably about 6 or 7 million pesos in the red. Okay, I know what I'm talking about over here. Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. You know, guys think that I'm talking about them. I'm talking about me and the mistakes I've made over here. I try to give them to you, but oh, he's angry. I'm not angry. Angry about what? I say I'm never gonna take a woman to the America before because those guys over there are disrespectful. What's that got to do with ain't? But let me say this before I move on to Robert Dane. You think making vlogs is easy? They think it's easy, Claude.
No,
it's not. Okay, do it. You wouldn't last a week. You wouldn't last a week because you can't come up with the content. I've been doing this for 3 years. I mean, give me some credit, man, that every day is not going to be the same. If you're looking at a show and every day is the same, the people are doing the same damn thing, I'm going to change the channel. I want a real live human being. I'm sorry. And that's what I give you, okay? But hey, come over here and walk in my shoes and we'll see. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I got you know, it's just you get these guys on here, they just get a chance to really like strike out at me. So you're gonna have to get used to that, Claude, because your channel is gonna grow eventually. And y'all go and support Claude. He's got a real good channel. It's more religious based, it's more principle based. You got a lesson that you're teaching every time, right?
Yeah, for the most part. But the latest one was a little different. Again, I'm going to do different things. But yes, I'm just talking about basic principles.
Yeah. But they say, oh, I'm getting angry. But what? I don't have the right to get angry, Claude? Isn't that a human emotion, though?
You can get angry. The Bible says be angry and sin not, but I didn't see any anger. I just see facts. And
well, these are guys,
step on toes and people don't like it.
It's my delivery that makes them think, oh, he's an angry black man. No, I'm not. It's just the way that I present my message. I'm not going to sit there and be Pee Wee Herman with my message because a lot of what I'm talking about is important. Okay, but walk a mile in my shoes. Remember, have some empathy and then talk about that. Okay, anything could be going on in my life. You don't know if somebody in my family's sick in America. And I'm putting out videos every day. Remember, every day I'm not inspired, but I'm going to keep on going, see? Robert Dane, thanks for that super chat. He said, does the preacher meet with other Americans daily or weekly or monthly?
Well, I do. As a matter of fact, I met some guys at church, and it's been, man, it's just built such a great relationship. Every Sunday, we do things together. During the week, we get together. Even at church, as I'm meeting, that's one of the things that they're wanting me to do is to connect the foreigners. So I am meeting people on a regular basis from all other countries all over the United States. So yes, there are some here, not many, but I do meet them, and then we do connect. So yes, there are here. We golf together, we go to church together, and just do other things. So yes, there are others here. I do meet others.
Yeah, you brought several to my meet and greet there. Y'all
Yeah,
got a little click. And
yeah.
tell them how important it is, Claude, because they hear it from me. Tell them how important that is.
I remember before I came over here, something Calvin said that really stuck to me. He said, one thing I regret is not making Filipino friends. So I make sure that I do make Filipino friend guys, but I also enjoy having a little bit of America when I meet Americans. So yes, it's very important. You might think you don't need anyone, but let me tell you, you get over here and you haven't seen an American in a while and you see one at the mall. Oh yeah, you you gravitate to one another, and it is such a pleasure. And one thing I love, all that racial crap, we don't have time for that. We just love on one another, and we just have a great relationship. Trust me.
Hey, man. See, now you're bearing witness to what I said the other day. When you meet a true expat over here, we put our differences aside that we have over there, and we come together because we need each other over here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Kong, let's see, Kang, Kong, what's his name? Kang,
Cage.
the digital nomad global tracker says, it's unfortunate this is happening more and more, but luckily guys are getting smarter, taking the lessons learned in life and moving accordingly now in Southeast Asia. Well, I like to think that was true, but I just got sent a link to this guy. He's from the UK, and he sent hundreds of thousands of pounds to the Filipino girlfriend over here who's still married, and
Mm.
it's just it's just a tragic story that keeps happening over and over and over because we're not listening. Really, we're not learning anything. We're saying, oh, I'm a grown man. Now he's saying, oh, I gotta save up money now to get the annulment and all of this. Woman's still married, as a house full of children, and the family is begging him to stop. Hey, because he does. It's not like he's rich,
May I
you
add
know.
this, Calvin? Uh, I, you said this, and I'm telling you it's true. Guys, listen to me. Listen good. If you want to come over here, it's best to just come over here, get yourself cleaned up, and go to the mall and just talk. Trust me, that is the right way. You don't need to get online. Please believe me. You will meet someone nice. I guarantee
Oh man, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. Uh, we're not going to do that because beauty still intimidates us, Claude.
it.
Because I'm gonna tell you, when me and Marilyn, when we were in Cayenne de Oro for the meet and greet, man, some beautiful women down there, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, wow. But they're so nice, they're so approachable, they're so friendly, but we're not gonna say one word to them because we're that's the expectation, they're gonna come to us. But
Oh, just
I
say
don't know.
hello.
Now, Tobias Michael said, attention expats, a bill has been introduced to allow use of Medicare in the Philippines. Go to American Citizens Abroad website. You can read about it. I hope this helps. Yeah, that I don't know. You know, it's a lot that has to go into that. Okay, that's not something that they can just. The Philippines can approve it all they want. Okay, but will the Medicare is the one who has to, the U.S. government has to be the one that really, and then the doctors and then the hospitals. And man, I'm gonna tell you, that's a long way off. That's why I don't even talk about stuff like that. I mean, if that really was gonna happen, man, that would have happened a long time ago, you know. But you know, thanks for the information anyway. Uh, Bit3 Shades Darker says, Cal, that's the truth. I had a guy tell me in a comment to another comment, how do you know if he's a good man? Yeah, I'm a retired EO, retired military, and have a clean record. There's Pumpkin Joe. I see he made a video, another video. But N Frank 99 says, I agree, Travis. I only hear passion, not anger. Yeah, you know, people are going to hear what they want to hear. And that's what, you know, it's just these little tiny minded men who don't have nothing else to do. They hang around your comment section and ready to pounce on you. Instead of just coming over here and breaking bread with you and say, hey, man, show me how to get to the other side. You know, that's what we need to do, man. You know, I want everybody to win. You don't see me hanging around nobody's comment section. I can do it. You know, and with all that foolishness, guys. You know, yeah, it's a lot of good expat brothers over here. Believe it or not. Frank Tate, now this is a guy who knows what he's talking about, guys. He's a money guy. He says sending women money that you have not met is a no-no. But how many times, you know, he's met this woman though, Frank. But it doesn't matter. She's married. You know, she can never be his until he has to pay for the annulment. The family's saying, hey, in 8 years, they've been together 8 years. It's like, you know, all that money you sent to, you know, he's basically, that's that transactional relationship. There's not much difference between prostitution and what he's doing. He's not seeing the woman, he's paying her in advance. So when he gets over here, you know, he gets the panties or whatever. It's crazy. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, Funkin' Joe is back. I seen him. Matthew Dean, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, I saw a video he had. I hope he doesn't give up because we need his videos, man. It's enough booty videos out here and sugar videos for Will S. and Andrew Hunter. You know, there's enough of that stuff, Claude, for them. Mm-hmm. Where the woman now, everyone, okay. Living Abroad did a great video about, well, I don't know if it was a video or just a short. He was asking Filipinos, how much money does your boyfriend have to make, or does a man have to make before you date him? Now there's 20 of them videos on YouTube, you know, and they're all Filipinos doing it. It's like, if that's what you want, man, you know, there's enough of that stuff, guys. He said Donald Trump had a clean record too. Yeah. Yeah, big time no sending money. Now, you know, like I said, if you got some type of financial responsibility, like Claude, you're getting ready to get married. Okay. Now, if you want to give your wife, but y'all live together, you got a nice place. I've been there before. But if you wanted, if for some reason you had to go back home, you're married now. If you want, you know, it's your responsibility now to help your wife, your helpmate, right?
That's different.
But if you don't have any children and you're not married, then that's just a choice you're making because you're not financially responsible to do that. It's just, you know, okay, Jam Silver says married women are off limits. It's an unrealistic expectation, really, to come over here and think that, oh, I'm going to deal with a married woman and not going to have any problems. It's just going to be friends with benefits, right? Because, you know, that's where you can look at it. You never have to worry about getting married. You never have to worry about getting her the visa and bringing her over. All you sit there and do is, just, hey, y'all live together, you pay the bills, and everything's everything. But eventually, she's going to want that annulment, man, and it's expensive and it's time consuming. I had a friend, he's married now to his Filipino wife. He was from Canada. They met in Manila. She was married. 5 years later, and however many hundreds of thousands of pesos, they got the divorce and he got married. Frank Ellis says, "Oh, how much does a Filipino guy have to make?" Don't give me that crap. Yeah, I know. But this is what they're doing. This is what I'm saying. This is the content that's out there. This is why we need channels like mine, channels like Claus, Pumpkin Joe, Old Dog. No matter how much you don't like us, man, you need this type of stuff because it brings some balance to the game. You don't want to hear that junk all the time, man. Come on. Okay, he says, how long have you been in the Philippines altogether, Claude?
Well, this time it's been since April, but I was over here last year, uh, December, January, and I came to check it out to be sure. I was convinced I wanted to be here, but I had to come and spend a month and something here just to be sure before I made the move.
Yeah, and that's what I would suggest. The Philippines isn't going anywhere. You know, I'm gonna say this again. We see and experience so little of the Philippines and its culture to really form a true opinion. There's no experts on these vlogs, guys. But that's the standard they hold us to. Like we're 60 Minutes or like we're the CBS News or something like that. It's not. We're just trying to share with you our experiences over here. In the event, you may want to try it. That's all. Okay, that's all it is. But I've barely scratched the surface um, over here. Now, Yuka NYC says, I see a lot of losers now. What, are you living here now? Or are you just going back and forth? Uh, Robert Dame says, better thank Cal for putting those meetups together. Thanks, Cal. You're welcome. I see a lot more. I wasn't the first one to do it. I just wanted to do it. I think it's important. It's very important. But I see now that Vagabond awaits. He's going to this. I'm the only one that goes around to different places. But I see him doing that now, which is good. I think you should go out and meet your viewers and subscribers. I mean, without them, you don't have a channel. They're your channels. Let's see, Barry. Hey, Barry's got a channel. No, it's not the same Barry. It says, no one had to tell me not to send money to someone I don't know and haven't met. That's common sense. I have been speaking to a woman who I met online. She has not asked me for financial help. Well, Barry, see, it's because there's something called an unspoken agreement. She's never going to ask you for any money. Okay, so stop patting yourself on the back. When you get over here, you're going to spend all the money that she needs for you to spend. Guess why? Because she doesn't have any. And guess why else she hasn't asked you for any money? Because Filipinos, they know their reputation around the world as gold diggers and scammers. She knows if she asks you for money, you're going to run, or you should run. So, yeah, you think it's common sense now. Wait till you come over here and you're going to pull out your wallet everywhere you go. You're going to have to. You're going to spend money before you even get here for the plane ticket, for your hotel accommodation. You're going to eat over here. I don't care what you're going to eat. You're going to eat over here, right? So stop with all that. Oh, I didn't send money. That's common sense. Yeah, you're going to spend money before you ever even sniff the cream silk in her hair. So let's stop this, guys. I'm better than you. I'm the exception. You're not an exception. They're never going to ask you for any money. They don't have to. Your girlfriend didn't ask you for any money, did she, Claude?
No, she did not ask me for anything. But
And I know your soon to
but
be wife has a good
but
job.
yeah, but she didn't ask me for anything. But when I saw certain needs, I just did what I thought was right. So,
That's right.
as you
And
said,
that's the whole point.
whether
That's the
you
whole point.
or not, you will take your wallet out. And
Yeah.
and honestly, when you see the situation, I don't know if you'd be a real man if you didn't, but at least get over here and get to know them.
Yeah. He says, yeah, I have not sent her any money. Yeah, but okay, he says, I will be meeting her in January. So that means you're going to spend money. You're making an effort to see her. You're spending that money. See, you're letting her know that you're serious right there. You're already getting caught up in that web. You don't even know it. He says, and at the very least, she will meet me at the airport. Well, hell, that's it. Your goose is cooked, buddy. Your goose is cooked. Genghis Khan says if you live over there, you get sick, you've been in the army, why can't you see the VA hospital doctor there instead of coming back to America? Well, there's a VA clinic in Manila on the grounds of the U.S. Embassy, but you can't just walk in. You have to make an appointment. And then the foreign medical program that you can sign up for too. But I believe it's all is it combat related? Is that what they call it? Service related. Okay. Now remember, as you go further up north, where a lot of retired military live, English City, Subic Bay, all of that, you probably are going to have a better situation with your VA and your what do they call it, TRICARE for life and all that. But this is what we're talking about: the expectations. See, this is exactly what we're talking about. He thinks that he can come over here and get this beautiful, attractive young lady for nothing. That's his expectation. It's an unrealistic expectation, Barry. I'm sorry. And, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but that's what the subject is about today. There's a sure way to find what you're looking for in the Philippines. And I know what it is. If you lower your expectations about this place. But we don't. We still think that I'm going to come over here and get this beautiful young lady. And I don't have to give her anything. Okay. China was all the Vulcan says her kindness will have an unspoken agreement value that will be measured to your conscience. Yeah, his goose is going to be cooked when he gets to the airport. Barry says, no, I agree with you. Correct. You do what is right. Of course, I know my goose is cooked, but I can still say no, can I? Yeah. But you're eventually going to spend, Barry. I mean, you can't get something for nothing over here. Okay, B. Cox says, Calvin, is your guest speaker going to be his family member's retirement plan? Well, I think he answered that, but you can answer that, Claude.
I'm my own retirement plan. I'll help if I want to, and if I don't, they have their own family. And as a matter of fact, her family are mostly professionals anyway. So no, I don't have to. But when we get together, I do help. Maybe more than others, maybe not. But I'm nobody's retirement plan but my own.
Yeah, it's a choice, and then, like I said, if you're financially responsible, I mean, what makes these guys think that I'm against giving a woman everything? Okay, you have to do something for yourself. Okay, now my daughter's over here, so it gives me a reason, a purpose. But still, Maryland, ain't no business that I've given Maryland and all that because I know it's not going to work. Hell, she's scared to ask for the 10,000 that's the lady borrowed from us last year. So if you're afraid to ask for your money, you don't need to be going into business. because I don't think we do them any good when we do that. But it's our money. It's your money. You can do with it whatever you want to do with it.
Mhm.
And if he is the retirement plan, he won't be the first.
Hmm.
D. Grant said Thailand women are very beautiful. Yeah, and I can say that's true. I've been there. Let's see. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Express says, I'm not taking a flight from Negros to Manila for medical care at the VA unless I can't find qualified care at a major hospital in Cebu. Negros is iffy. Yeah, I would say have some type of policy or go to Guam. Remember, self-care, it's preventive maintenance, they call that, for a reason. You know, you try to eat right, you try to exercise and do the things, you know, take care of yourself. He said, don't meet him at the airport. It's too late. He's already made arrangements. Hey, Tones, thanks for that super chase. Said, what's up, brother Cal and guest? After 32 plus countries, my expectations are to be safe, wise, and most importantly, kind to whomever I may meet. 13 plus years abroad, you get what you give, so be sure to give good energy. That's great, see, but your expectations aren't way up there. Like, let's talk about some of them again. Some of these unrealistic expectations that expats have or visitors have when they come to the Philippines, mainly expats. My life in the Philippines should be golden. You know, I paid all my bills, I paid all my dues over there. So life should be great over here for me, guaranteed. Well, they don't realize there's going to be a lot of transitions and challenges over here. That you know, it's a lot of stuff you've had to come to terms with over here, Claude, right?
Yeah, there are differences, but again, I learned how to act right when I was in the States. So it really wasn't any big deal to me, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Now let's keep it real with Jay. She says we have been talking on video for 8 months now. Look, guys, that video stuff don't mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Okay, because she could have her boyfriend sitting right next to her. That don't mean nothing. You're not gonna know what you got until you get over here. Stop falling for that. They want the commitment online. That's what they want. Okay, and when you make that commitment online, man, a lot of times, okay, I'm gonna quit trying to help y'all because you're not listening. That means absolutely nothing. If you're gonna come over here and meet somebody, do it about a week before you hit the ground because you're gonna have to meet her in person anyway. Before you know what you're doing online is just breaking the ice. That's all you're doing. You still got to do the same things as if you talk to a woman in person at the mall. You got to get to know each other and everything like that. You got to go through the 20 question thing over and over, you know. But just because you guys are talking to these women online means absolutely nothing. Really nice girl from the province. Everybody wants a woman from the province. They're all from the province, really. Okay, and that doesn't guarantee anything. She's 27, I'm 45, which now that's about good. That's good, but you don't know what you're gonna have, man, until you get that. Now he's calling her his girlfriend, he says. He's calling her his girlfriend. Well, she got you now. That's what she wants. I'm going to meet my girlfriend for the first time this November 11th. Yeah. And I wish you the best, man, really. But I would stop with all that girlfriend stuff. I would stop with all that girlfriend stuff because you made a commitment. Now, if you come over here and you don't have sunglasses on and you're at the mall and you look at somebody the wrong way, it could be trouble. It could be trouble. True. What's up, Craig? Yeah, Tonester's right. You know, I've got reasonable expectations. I really only had one when I came over here in 2009. I just wanted it to be different than where I was coming from. And it was. everything else started presenting itself to me. I'm pretty sure since April, you saw some stuff that you didn't expect over here, right, Claude?
Oh, there's always something you don't expect. You never know. I don't know anyone that has gone anywhere and say, "Oh, it was exactly like I thought." That doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell you something that was a pleasant surprise to me. These bakeries over here. See, I wasn't even expecting that. You know, these bakeries that you can get that hot bread, Spanish bread, cheese bread, all, nobody
Goldilocks.
ever told me
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
And when you go to the Philippines, they're gonna have, fresh baked bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never knew that. That's a pleasant surprise. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. But if I would have just came over here with all these lofty expectations and it
Hmm.
didn't work out, then boom, I'm going home or going to Thailand or whatever. I'm gonna miss out on that and a lot of other things that I've learned over here.
Some really nice things, you learn. Honestly, I don't think they got malls in America that can touch the ones here. As a matter of fact, we have plans to spend Christmas in Cebu near that mall. It is so beautiful, and even in Davao. So there are some wonderful things here. The malls here will kick America to the curb.
Yeah, see, that's something else. See, I never expected that over here. The stuff would start showing up, and you'd be like, "Wow, man, nobody even told me this." But if you expect to have a harem over here and all of that, and
Don't do it.
every day the woman's giving you a manicure, they give you a manicure and a blowjob at the same time, and just all this crazy, unrealistic stuff that you hear these bloggers say, you know, start questioning these bloggers. Most of these guys are making videos now behind the scenes. They don't show you their face. But I don't even get credit for that. I show you my face. I don't care. They'll make a video talking about how many women they got. Well, where are they? I don't see them. I don't even see you. You know, hey, what's up? Smiley says, thanks for that super chat, brother. He said, what's up, brother Cal and the panel? Hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, Boobies was getting over a headache, so she's off from school today. Sophia's got a cough, so she's off. But yeah, other than that, everything's going good, man. I know you'll be glad when you get back over here. But yeah, I mean, they don't even give me credit for being authentic. That's not enough. I got to be Ed Bradley and everybody else. I'm going to start questioning these vloggers. If I'm following them, if I'm supporting them, sending them my hard-earned money and stuff like that, like, okay, you saying you got all these women and stuff. Well, where are they? Show them. You know, they said this is a good one. Yeah, we all do. He said she's never asked for money. Yeah, well, she's not, man. Why are y'all not listening about this? She's never asked me for money stuff. Okay, that doesn't mean you haven't sent her any money. Be honest. You sent her money. You're not going to chat with a Filipino online for 9 months and don't send her any money because you're gonna feel sorry for her. You're gonna have some compassion like most Americans do. I'm just pressing you like a big brother would. You know, if somebody sees me walking left, man, I don't consider you a friend if you let me continue to walk off the damn cliff. You know, at least stop me and say, "Hey, Cal, you gonna walk off the cliff." I may be trying to commit suicide, Claude, but I may not
Yeah.
be paying attention. But I'm probably just not paying attention. Stop me. And this is what I'm doing to JC. Like, man, don't come on my live stream talking about she never asked for money. We've only talked about the unspoken agreement for 3 years now. Surely you know what that is. Okay, she's never going to ask you for anything. She don't have to. You're going to spend anyway. Okay, when you come over here next month, you already bought the ticket, I'm sure. You're paying for the hotel, the food, the resort, the lollipop if she wants it. Okay, when she says, hey, let's go to the cathedral, you're going to have to pay for those candles that they sell out front because she doesn't have it. She doesn't have a peso to do that, okay? So she's never going to ask you for it. She knows that, hey, if I ask him for anything, I got a chance that I'm going to lose out on this good man. He's going to think I'm a scammer. He's going to think I'm a gold digger. Okay. And I don't want to lose JC. He's a good guy. This is why she's not asking you, because she don't have to. You already sent the money already. Why would she ask you? They're going to mess it up. That's all I'm saying.
But you know, it's good to have a real friend that will tell you the truth. I called a friend of mine in America this morning, and he said something to me. And later on, I thanked him. You know, I said, I don't want a yes man. Just speak the truth. And it'll keep us out of trouble if we have real friends.
Yeah, you know, I know it sounds strange. Like you said, yours was a friend. Mine, you know, I know it sounds strange to people. They don't really believe me. They don't understand the type of compassionate individual I really am. I really don't like to see guys getting cheated over here. I take it personal. Yeah. I know it sounds strange coming from a stranger, and you're like, I don't even know you. I don't listen to you. I know it's crazy, man. So you're not going to listen, but I'm just telling you, man. You know, watch out for these red flags, man, because they're there. Okay, and you calling her your girlfriend before you get there, man. That's exactly what they want. They want that. Robert Dame says, is the pastor uploading content? What's the name of the channel? I'll sub.
Just look up Passport Preacher, Pastor. The reason I had Passport Preacher, Pastor, there were other Passport Preacher, but no other Passport Preacher, Pastor. And you'll see my face. As I say, I'm on every one.
What was the last video you uploaded?
Yesterday, I uploaded worship. I played my saxophone and just did a couple songs, and just to do something a little different. Always a little different.
Yeah. It's just I didn't know anything about LaChina until I went to the Philippines, so I can't imagine how I'd be missing out if I didn't go. Yeah, I had very little expectations for this place, man. And that's probably why it grabbed a hold of me, because I expected so little and I got so much. But if you come over and expecting everything and, you know, it's not coming, unrealistic expectations don't happen.
Don't do it.
That's why they call them unrealistic. You get disappointed. You're out of touch with reality. You know, Will S says, I'm not hating on you. I got respect for what you're doing. I just have my own perspective on something after visiting 4 times. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say you was hating on me. I'm just saying that, you know, you're telling me, I've got 1,300 videos. You're telling me, how can you, I mean, you're telling me I'm angry. I mean, who are you? Can you read my mind? Yeah, even over here then. T. Williams says, she don't ask for money because she's playing the long game. Well, she doesn't have to ask for money. You're going to spend it anyway. You're going to spend it. Ask the guys who spent millions and millions of pesos over here and get mad at me because they did it. They don't realize that what they're doing is helping somebody else, not spend millions of pesos, or at least think about it first. Don't just come over here and hand the woman your money, but she doesn't have to ask you, because what's going to happen is once you get to the hotel, she's going to drop the drawers anyway. It doesn't matter, you know, see, he says, so we're not supposed to believe in love. I didn't say that. There's nothing wrong with that. But since common sense is the buzzword on the channel this morning, the pastor used common sense. Byron used common sense. Now I'm using common sense. You know, how are you going to fall in love with a woman online? Do you think that's really possible? Or is that infatuation? Look up the word infatuation. It happens, you know, over a short period of time. Love happens over a long period of time. You've never even held a woman in your arms, man. See, it's guys like you want to push back. I'm not saying that it's not going to work out. More than likely it will, because there's good women over here. There's good women online. I'm just saying pump your brakes, man, because there's so many guys. The Philippines is littered with guys like you with good intentions. The bodies are all over the place over here.
And I just add, Brother JC, just all I'm saying, just temper your expectations a little. It may work. Maybe she's a good one, but just temper your expectations just a little bit.
Yeah, that's all we're saying. You know, of course, when you get over here, because guys don't understand the struggle over here. That 27-year-old woman, she's tired of standing on her feet on her job 12 hours a day for 300 pesos a day. She's tired of the daily grind and struggle, catching the bus at 5 a.m. in the morning, coming back home at 8 at night. She's going to bend over backwards. She's going to jump through hoops, turn flips, and everything else for you. This is what y'all don't listen. It's not because you're special. You got to prove that to her later on down the line, not because you're special. She's tired of the struggle, man. Come on. So she's saying, okay, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to get online too. This is the new game. I'm going to get online because I'm tired of struggling. I know there's men, mainly American men. You know, now the Australians are slowly catching up with us. They're spending crazy money. Britons are spending crazy money. But we're way out in front of Americans. Nobody spends as much as we do. They know.
Let me say this. Before you get out the airport, if you don't see 5 or 10 that you're like, oh, maybe I should have got that one, I'll be surprised, because trust me, they are here.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with somebody wanting a better life. Then let them go out and work for it then. Okay? Let them go out and work for it. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just telling you that you're the better life. Okay? All right? As long as you're fine with that, and then there's nothing we can say. More than likely, you're going to come over here. She's going to be beautiful. She's going to be everything you thought she was. I'm just saying, you know, pump the brakes, man. Robert Dasher says, I watched the video Filipino to America, but I let my wife know about the dogs here. But she knows I was there when the typhoon blew the roof off, helping my mother-in-law to the doctor. Yeah. I mean, but see, here's the problem with that, Rodney. There's one thing that you don't understand. Filipinos will forget all of that. They don't care anything about that, man. I promise you, man. It will make you mad. If you bring that up, they'll say you're keeping score. You're supposed to do that. You're my husband or whatever. But the video was just about not whether or not she's going to run off with somebody or not. That's not what I was worried about. My wife would have never looked at another man over there. The problem was I felt uncomfortable. You know, I got to, you know, you basically, man, depending on where you live. I live in Louisville, Kentucky, one of the hippest but countryest places in the world. Well, you know, but like I said, we don't have corn cob pipes and straw hats and bib overalls. You know, we don't wear that to church. But there's not a lot of Filipinas there. Certainly not good-looking ones with hair all the way down their back. They got boom, boom, and boom. And it just seemed like I had to fight them off every damn day. You get tired of that, man. Luckily, I wasn't as old as I am now. I wouldn't want to deal with that, man. Because guys will fight you over your own wife over there. Y'all know how crazy we are over there. They'll fight you over your own wife, man. Be like, man, I don't even know you. You're sitting there looking at my wife. Auntie Perk says, why do guys complain about women wanting money in the Philippines when that's exactly what they do in America too. Now, we're not saying we're not complaining about women wanting money. We're just wanting guys to know the game that's being played over here, Auntie Park. Now, are you over here? That's what I'm saying. You know, see, a lot of guys always got a lot to say, but they're not over here. I mean, we're just saying that he said, like, did you have a problem in the US? Did you expect it different? Well, see, over in America, your wife probably had a job. Okay, she wasn't just sitting there, just waiting for you to pull out your wallet. You know, when I brought my Filipino wife, my wife from the Philippines over there, because I don't know why I keep saying that, but my Filipino wife, same thing. She got a good job at General Electric. She was paying some of the bills. She was taking us out. Sometimes we go to casino on her dime. Okay, that's the difference in America, man. Come on, nobody over here has money. She don't have money. Her family don't have money. Her friends don't have money. You're the one with the money, okay? And after a while, you can say stuff like this, but it gets tiring for you, especially when you're not married, you don't have kids, and you're spending every single day for everything. So yeah, it is a problem. It's not the same over there, okay? So yeah, um, you guys get on here with that stuff, man. Yeah, if I'm saying that we're not complaining. We're just telling you how it is. She's not with JC for his good looks and intelligence. Merlin's not with me for my good looks and intelligence. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Frank Ellis says that's one of my biggest pet peeves with Filipinos, Cal. They forget I don't appreciate what you do for them. Well, if you bring it up, they're going to say, oh, you keep a score, and they will forget, man. I don't know what these guys, when you try to relay your information with them, they say, well, it hasn't happened to me yet. Well, you've only been dealing with a Filipino for 6 months. You haven't dealt with them for 14 years like me. I know that they will forget. And I know if you bring it up, they're going to say you're keeping score. No, I'm not. I just got to let you know what I mean to this family every now and then. Since you want to act like, you're arrived already, don't take me for granted. That's one of the biggest pet peeves I've got over here, that they will take you for granted. Like, oh yeah, I can go out there and get the same guy just like you. Okay, that's what my American wife said. And she's still out there rolling around trying to find somebody like me. Hey, Paul Stanley, thanks for that super sticker. What's he talking about? Well, yeah. Why you have to bring up, oh yeah. Yeah, where's the beach of life? He's probably traveling. Now he says he said, Frank Ellis, American women have been saying the same thing about American men for years. I don't know, but people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear, oh, this woman wants me for my good looks and intelligence. Well, eventually, it's going to turn from finance to romance. But see, that's the expectation. That's unrealistic expectation to think that this woman is basically a stranger. Is going to love you, just because you're talking to her online. That's unrealistic, man. How do the good-looking men do that? They don't care, man. Do you got a pension? You got to spend here's what I've noticed. The good-looking men spend just as much money as guys like me who are not so good-looking. Okay, they spend just enough money. The rules are the same, and Filipinos aren't stupid. If you're good-looking and you're not, making anybody's life better, the word's going to get around. He's a chick's boy. All he wants to do is get in my pants. They're not stupid. So no, you don't get a free pass because you good looking. It ain't that many good looking men over here, foreign men, most of us are past our prime. What do you think, Claude?
Yeah, we passed our prime, but I have to admit, yesterday I was at City Hall. And honestly, I can't tell you how many women told me how handsome I am. I'm like, oh, is it
Yeah,
me or is it something else?
yeah. Well, you know what
But
I call that, don't you? You remember that's called the Filipino makeover. Yeah, you're gonna get that. You're gonna look younger, handsome. Oh, you're not.
yeah,
You're gonna say, "Well, how much you weigh, Claude?" Well, I weigh 200 kilos. You don't look that big. You lose weight the last time I saw you. You're gonna get that.
uh-huh.
But we think they want us for our good looks and intelligence, and that's unrealistic, man. That's unrealistic. Robert Dane said, "Give us a nitty gritty on the one way ticket. Somebody didn't get the message." Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, don't do that. Okay, you can come here with a one-way ticket and an onward ticket. Okay, you can do that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't suggest that when you first get over here. If it's your very first time, now if somebody like Claude's been over here before, I've been over here several times. You know, my feet are wet. I know my way around a little bit. Maybe I can do that. But a new guy who doesn't know whether or not he's going to even like the Philippines or not, who's
Don't do
selling
it.
everything
Mm-mm.
and, coming over here, man, you better have that round trip ticket.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Get that round trip ticket. You can extend it or you can let it expire. If you see things are going good and, you got money in the bank where you got money to get back home, then yeah, let it expire. But, get that round trip ticket, guys. Happy Man 6920, thanks for that super chat. But the days of these women, yeah, now, well, they used to, but I guess they've gotten away from that. He said at Tone Store, remember the throwaway ticket, they will ask you for it when you depart from the U.S. I remember when I was flying Delta, Claude, if I didn't have a round trip ticket, they wouldn't let me check in because I tried it before. I didn't know. So I bought a one-way ticket to the Philippines, and they said, you can't fly to the Philippines on a
Nope.
one-way ticket. So I had to go. Luckily, it was
Mm-hmm.
like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The bank across the hall was still open. I went in there, lady, you let me use the phone. And I went on, I ordered the trip back. But I caught hell. Everywhere I went, they asked for that round trip ticket.
Yeah. Now, when I came over here this time, I had a one-way ticket. They wouldn't let me check in. So what I did, I had to buy a one-way ticket to Hong Kong. It was $60, a throwaway ticket. But with the one-way ticket, they would not make sure you find the cheapest ticket you can or get a ticket that you can refund because you can't come over here with a one-way ticket.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, okay, right now, okay, you can get under normal circumstances. We're not back to normal yet. When I came here in December of 2018, my round trip ticket, Claude, was less than $600. So if
Wow.
you try to buy a one-way ticket, it's going to cost you just as much. You're not going to spend that much more for a round trip. Remember, it depends on what day of the week and all of that you're trying to fly. What time of the year? Play with some dates. But I would buy that round trip ticket, man. Don't play around. You're too far over here. It's all you gotta do is go on YouTube right now. It's too many videos of guys stuck over here. They can't get back home.
Yeah.
Okay. And he says, RR says, can I get an idea if I like it there in 1 week? You're not gonna see
No,
nothing in 1 week here, man.
no. I stayed a month and I was ready to stay another month. No, month minimum.
Yeah, yeah. A week is nothing here, man. A
Nothing.
week is nothing. Even okay, here's what I said. I'm glad he said. I said we see and experience so little of the Philippines and its culture to really form a true opinion. You know what determines if a guy really likes it here or not? If he finds a woman over here and they hit it off. that has a lot to do with it. And even the guys who are over here living single right now and living their best lives, they started out with somebody. Okay. Then they learned that, hey, it's not going to work. But one week, man, you go, and then you're going to turn around. Don't come over here for 1 week.
Take that long to fly.
Yeah, take that long to fly over here. That jet lag is going to kick your behind for the first couple of days or eventually. He says the good-looking men will want the good-looking Filipinas, so it's going to cost them more to keep them and his image with them. You should know what it costs her to live her life looking good. Well, it doesn't matter. They're not with us for our good looks and intelligence. I'm just telling you, they're not. So it doesn't matter. You can look like Tom Cruise and I can look like a pile of shit. Sorry, Pastor. If I got more money than you and she knows I got money, she's going to go out on a date with that pile of crap. She don't care nothing about what I look like over here, man. You guys are crazy. But, you know, I can't tell you nothing. Come on over here, good-looking guys. Because the guy says, oh, well, you blonde hair and blue eye. Well, hell, I can count on my toenails the blonde hair and blue eye, good-looking men I've seen over in 14 years. Okay? There's not many over here. All right? I'm just telling you. They probably somewhere else. But they're not over here, and it doesn't guarantee you anything. Okay, so what? I'm going to have the same thing that this blonde hair, blue-eyed guy's got. Okay? I'm going to have the same thing. So I don't care what he looks like. Remember, man, you know, I don't live my life based on what Claude Roberts is doing. I live my life based on what I'm doing. I don't care. Let him come over and what's a good-looking guy. How's he for over here? You know what I mean? Good-looking Filipino men is over here. Mm-hmm. Okay, now if I'm dealing with now, you think, who do you think I have a harder competition with? Good-looking foreigners or good-looking Filipinos? Now, Filipinos. Okay, let that marinate in your mind for a little while. Who do you think's a stiffer competition? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. There's millions and millions of good-looking Filipino men over here. Okay, all right. Come over here. They got Coco Martin, Daniel Padilla. These are matinee idols that women, Filipino women, go to sleep at night dreaming about. They really don't dream about you. They wake up dreaming about you because their stomach is growling and they ready for something to eat. but they go to sleep dreaming about these guys. Yeah, he says all those dudes want champagne women, but trying to spend Kool-Aid money. I don't know what they're trying to do. You're gonna spend over here, so you might as well come over. I've seen it. Claude's got that going on. He's got a nice lifestyle over here. I didn't come over here to struggle. You know, y'all got a nice car, you got a nice house, you got a nice woman, family. Your whole situation, man, I've witnessed it with my own eyes. Okay. But it costs for that. You can't get that for nothing. Okay. So the woman's going to be with me. I'm going to live good. You know, I'm going to have a nice house. I'm going to have a nice motorcycle out there. I just won't buy a car because I don't trust Marilyn driving. Okay. I don't trust her driving yet. Now, if she wants to get, you know, to the point where I'm comfortable with her behind the wheel, because I saw some crazy stuff, man, over here. I got a buddy of mine, Cornelius Mack. They were here the other day, and he lives in Cebu. They gave me a ride to the plaza, right? His girlfriend's driving. Scared me to death the whole time going over there. Now, he's got a beautiful car, man, SUV. It's beautiful. But his woman scared me half to death getting over there. And then, okay, I'm sitting, they let me out. I'm saying, okay, see you later. This woman makes a U-turn, just makes a U-turn out of nowhere without looking. About 2 or 3 cars almost ran into the side of them. I'm like, that's it. Oh man. I mean, but he can't see. He didn't see it. I saw it. He can't see, but I saw it. And they were mad at her too, but she didn't care because, you know, she's not looking. These women over here, they can't drive, man. They've never driven before. We're taking them out of the province and out of the squatters area, putting them behind the wheel of cars, man. They never drove. Half of them have never even drove a damn motorcycle before.
I
But we
call
put
the
them behind the wheel
driving.
of cars.
I call the driving over here organized chaos. Live and let live. That's my understanding, because it is crazy till you learn how to do it, but it's tough.
He got an Asian women driving him. Yeah, I mean, she just made a U-turn. She didn't even look. And I'm sitting there watching a guy on a motorcycle, and here comes the tricycle. They both damn near ran. I'm talking about, they were like this close from running to the side of that beautiful. I mean, he's got a beautiful SUV. I mean, the seats look like a damn living room suite in the damn thing. I mean, it's beautiful. But he's sitting in the back. He can't see. He's older. He can't see. He's just like, just drive. But then that's what Maryland would do. That's why I haven't bought a car. I didn't come over here to die. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't come over here to die. But they'll make us do all kind of stuff like that because, boy, they're gonna jump through hoops and turns, run around in circles and do everything for us that no one's ever done for us. And hell, we'll put our lives in their hands. But yeah, guys, I think if you really want to have a better experience in the Philippines, it's probably best to lower your expectations some. Okay. Yeah, we got standards. I'm not going to lower my standards. But as far as thinking that this place is a utopia, it's not. But it doesn't have to be a utopia. Where you come from is not a utopia. I mean, give it a break. Just come over here, keep an open mind, and you're going to see something that you like. There's something over here for everybody.
Yes.
But if you think, oh, well, I'm coming from Thailand and it's going to be Thailand. See, no, that's unrealistic expectation. There's only one Thailand. And those guys usually don't make it over here. Those are those silver spoon guys. Have you seen any of them Thailand guys, the people who love Thailand, they're different from the expats in the Philippines. We're different, man. Just from what I've seen over there. Them guys are just like, they're still in America. They have that high standard. They're not going, it's like, I can't live without XYZ. And, I don't know. I went to Thailand, just like, I don't know. It just reminded me too much of home, I guess. I don't know. It just did. It just reminded me of being in New York City or London, England, some of the places I've been, Rome, Naples, Italy. Just reminded me of those places. Golden Gate says, I love LaChina. Said, I once had a driver T-bone me almost down a hill from doing an illegal U-turn on Lake Merced Boulevard at the Harding Park in San Francisco. Well, she made a hard U-turn. She wasn't even looking. And, because I got out and had my stuff with me. Then I just happened to look up and she's making that U-turn. I'm like, wow. And wasn't even looking. So she didn't even know the accident she almost caused. Gary Courtney says, Tonsa, I know all about the SRRV because I listen to Steve's channel. Yeah, he's an expert on that, I guess. It's not that complicated. I mean, none of this stuff is complicated over here. Roger Farmer says, I'm a Mustang fanatic. You see a few Mustangs over here. What kind of car you got? What is that you driving, Claude?
It's just a Toyota Vios, typical
Yeah.
car over here. Yeah, nothing fancy, just a car.
Yeah, he said, and don't leave with your wallet. Well, most of us do. You don't have a choice. You got to leave with your wallet. I mean, she can't leave with hers. Frank Tate said driving is like being in the Indy 500 in the Philippines, and riding a motorcycle is like looking for death. It's dangerous over here, man. That's why I
It's
don't.
bad.
I drove for a living. I was an insurance agent. I'm talking about in the field for 16 years. I was behind the wheel of my car every single day for 16 years. But I haven't driven over here in 5 years. I won't do it. I won't take the chance. Now, I noticed you've gotten used to it, Claude. I got to tip my hat to you.
Used to. I don't know if I've gotten used to it, but I tell you, you just have to be careful, and you just creep in till you get your bumper in front of someone. But believe you me, they scare me a lot.
Yeah. Now, he said, what's a good business? We were talking about this before. If it's not real estate, I'm not really dealing with it over here. If I'm not renting and all of that, because there's so many restaurants over here. There's so much, if you can do something that the typical Filipino can't do, then why not? But real estate is the way to go. Now, I'm not going to get in the construction business because that could get you killed. But if you can do something that's behind the scenes where you're not seen as competing with locals, you're probably going to be better off. Yeah, there's a lot of building going on here in the Philippines, but I wouldn't get in that construction business. I'll wait till they finish it. I'd sublease and do Airbnbs and stuff like that because you're going to earn money. People are coming over here now. If you give them something nobody else is giving them, you may have something. I mean, if you put the amenities in there that they're used to, because that's one of the things you hear Americans complaining about and Westerners. Does it have hot and cold water? Does it have good Wi-Fi? Okay. A real mattress,
Yeah.
and different stuff like that. We love to drink our coffee in the morning. Make sure they got that. A smart TV. You got to give them all that, and you're gonna be okay. If you're in a condo, make sure it's got the swimming pool and the gym, and maybe the 7-Eleven downstairs. I mean, it's real simple, and do it in a place where a lot of people come. Cebu, Manila, Dumaguete. Otherwise, it's gonna be crickets. He said, sorry, store. Yeah, that's what it'd be.
Don't do it.
Alex Jacobs says, why is construction dangerous? It's not just construction, but it's any business, Jacob, where you're competing with the locals. Look, now unless you got the right business license and everything like that, now, SRV, you can open a business. You're 40% owner, Philippines 60%. But I'm saying, if you're successful, people are going to know it over here. The Philippines is small. They got that grapevine over here, and they see that you're getting all this business. You're a foreigner. You're taking food off their table. Basically, what you're doing. They're saying, "Hey, man, you're already coming over. The peso's already 57 to 1. We're struggling over here. I mean, you can do it if you got the right, license, but I'm just saying, that's where you're going to have to use your common sense. You're going to say, did I come all the way over here to make enemies? Because you're going to make enemies when you do that. You're going to make enemies when you open businesses where you're competing with Filipinos. Now, a piggery, you're not really competing with the locals with that. Okay? Mookie said sole proprietorship would be the best option in the Philippines. How you going to do that? You're 60. You have to be, as a foreigner, it has to be a 60-40. You're the 40%. The Filipino, which is more likely going to be the blind investor or blind partner, is 60%. So it's your money, your business plan, your idea. You're managing it. You're doing everything, but you're only 40% owner. So that's something you have to think about. And if you can do something that the Filipino can't do, then go ahead and do it. Have you ever thought about opening up a business, Claude?
I thought about something for her, but for me,
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, I wouldn't be interested either because, okay, the Funky Joe Philippine experience, he's tried it with his wife, right? Many times. He can tell you this peso economy, guys. Y'all over here thinking with the American man. Man, that peso economy, man, that wheel goes real slow. You know, you got a sorry store or something, you may make 200 pesos a day. Can you handle that? Is that worth your wife being behind that damn counter for 12 hours a day? You know, and all of that. He says, Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience says, any business my wife gets involved in, I stay far away and out of sight because my involvement would just hurt her business. Absolutely. One thing I can say about Filipinos, and I guess it's because of the culture and the way everything's set up over here, they spend with each other. They're going to spend with each other. If they know that, you know, that's a foreigner's business, they're not going to touch it. They're not going to touch it. Yeah, okay. It's the way I look at it. This is the way I look at it. He says, why are you going to a foreign country as a guest to start a business with your big shot American money and resources to enrich yourself from the less resource limited locals? That's just the way I see it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry. And people say, well, you're wrong about that. Well, I'm just saying you can do whatever you want to do. I'm saying I'm not going to do it. I didn't come over here to make enemies. And there's people over here. Filipinos are very friendly. They're welcoming. But there's some people over here who don't like us. They do look sideways at you. The video I made yesterday, y'all didn't see it. The lady was looking at me like, you better not say, because I said my own boontalk to her, and she looked at me like, hey, you better not say another word to me. I take that phone and cram it up your butt, you know. And some people are jealous of you because they think you have more than you have. So now I'm going to come over here and start a business and everything like that, man. You got to be really, really careful. Now, if it's something that they can't do or something they can't offer, why not? Now, he's talking about a brick and mortar, right? Now, I've got so many around me right now. I've got 2 in this direction, north of me. I've got 2 east of me and 2 south of me. But he's going to come over here and open up a brick and mortar. Oh, dating lounge. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, now, I don't know. Anytime you have a brick and mortar business in the Philippines. Now, this isn't coming from me. This is coming from a foreigner who had a business. He says, those people are going to show up. They're going to want their piece of the pie. The bad guys start showing up, okay? And they want that protection money or whatever it is. Okay, so just be prepared for that. He said, what does the car cost there? Do you mind sharing what your car costs?
Yeah. I mean, you can get cars for, anywhere, depend from 1,000 up. But look at it this way. You can get a brand new Toyota truck, diesel turbo, for, as they say, $1.7 million, which is like $28,000. You can get little over 20,000. You can get a new truck, or you can buy them used for 15, 17,000. That's in dollars. But you can find cars for 3, 4, 5,000 in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I did a comparison. It's strange. Me and John did a comparison before he died, right before he bought his car. And it's funny that the same model of car over here costs more than it does in the United States. Now, probably a lot of factors that go into that. They're not selling as many as they are in America and all of that. But the cars over here, man, they're expensive, man. The new ones. I mean, you're talking the same as if buy one of these big Fortuners over here. And because I see Filipinos driving around in them all the time, I'm like, look, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I got to have me a house and a lot. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to spend no two like Darren Cooper did. He spent $2.5 million on an SUV, and he's not even in the Philippines anymore.
Yeah,
like, dude, what did you do that for?
Very high. Yeah, the trucks and cars are much more reasonable.
Now he said, what about a tech company? Yeah, something like that. Because, the telemarketing business or the call center business is big over here. But I mean, you're talking about millions and millions of dollars. Of course, they're going to welcome that. But, people watching my channel, they don't have a business plan like that with, millions and millions and millions of dollars where they're going to come over and start a tech company. But I believe if you could improve on something, like if you could find an idea to improve that traffic up in Manila, which some of the best people in the world have tried that, they would welcome that. Okay? Different things like that that's going to make the Philippines a better place to live. They actually have a special visa that they will give you. I've got a neighbor. He's from Australia. They only give 13 of these visas out a year. He gets one. He invented something. He was a mining executive. And he came up with an idea over here that made life better for Filipinos. And they gave him a special visa. And, it's a permanent resident visa. He's not married, any of that. He got it specifically for that. But how many of us are going to come up with that? What we got a better way to screw a woman or something? That's about all we worried about, Claude, preacher. Because preachers get down too, don't they?
You better believe it. I'm a human. I'm a man.
Invisible Man said, how does a piggery work? Well, you usually start out with a sow and a couple of, what did he call a woman pig? An American woman? Yeah, sow. Okay. Well, you get a sow and, a couple of men and, that's what you do. You take care of her and feed the pigs and she has babies and you sell the babies, right? Colin? That's basically what it is. Or you could sell the meat, because, Filipinos, for a lot of their celebrations, they'll roast a whole pig.
Yeah. Lechon.
So, you could do that. See, right now, if I had a piggery in San Carlos City, I would be making my own bacon because we can't go to the store and get bacon because they've got this African swine flu alert. Now, you can go to the restaurant and get it because I guess they're buying their own. I mean, they're making their own because you can't bring it in. When you come off that ferry, they're checking you for pork and stuff. Yeah, see, this is a good idea. He said that's why you invest in real estate, condos, etc., and rent them out. Solid investment. One of my buddies here is booked out for 1 year solid. Yeah, just hope that, there's no more lockdowns and stuff like that because the real estate business is booming in the Philippines, man. They're not making any more land. The tourism industry is picking back up. You know, you've got a robust population here. And that's why when you go to places like Manila, Cebu, and all that, you see all them cranes up. They're building these condominiums. You're like, who's paying these condominiums? Who can afford them? Yeah, I just have a passive income.
Hmm.
He says there's plenty of envy, guys. Yeah, you know, but a lot of times, you know, if you keep that low profile, you know, people say, well, how can you keep a low profile? You got a YouTube channel. I said, it's easy. I don't wear gold chains. I don't wear fancy clothes. I don't ride around a big fancy motorcycle and all of that. That's going to draw any more attention to me than I already have. See, that's how you keep a low profile. I don't wear fancy Jordan shoes and all that. You know, see, because Filipinos, they look at your shoes. They really are into shoes here. Have you ever noticed that, Claude?
Honestly, I don't pay attention because I don't wear all that stuff.
I mean, but the first thing they do is they look at your shoes, you know,
I'll
because
have to
there's
start
something
watching
big
that.
here. When you come here, what you're going to notice is after you be here for a while, you go to the grocery store or whatever, and you're going to see, or even on the bus, the shoes are either too small or too big. Okay, you'll see a little guy, man, he might be 5'3" and he got on a pair of 14 shoes. You know, it you can't laugh, man, you know, but I'm saying. So, you know, that's just something uh that you're gonna see, and that so they're really into shoes. Okay, I've given away so many pairs of my shoes, you know, that I don't wear anymore because I don't need a whole bunch of shoes over here. Pumpkin Joe Philippines Prince said, I just found out pig farms aren't that profitable. I know folks and have family lost money due to operating costs and swine flu preventing any sales. Yeah, right now it's a bad time for it, but it's a good way
Excuse me.
to pay some bills. You're not gonna get rich because, like you said, that swine flu thing. Sam W says, thanks for that super chase. Said, careful with the Airbnb. Zoom got booted off, he said on a recent live stream. Why? I mean, for what? What is he doing? What did he do? I don't understand. But thanks for the heads up, but I don't know what you're saying. Uh, Matipit Lolo says, wait, they look at your shoes, they look at the brand of shoe or type of shoe. Yeah, because they're interested. You know, see, you got to understand, guys, the struggle's real over here. So a lot of times, you know, my mother told me one time, she said, you could tell a whole lot about a person if you look at the shoes. Okay, if you got on I'm not talking about Philippines, I'm just saying, if you're in America and you look at somebody and they got on raggedy shoes, they're probably not going to take good care of you, or they're not a good person, right? But over here, it's the struggle. It's the struggle, guys. They can't afford a good pair of shoes. My wife wore the same pair of shoes for her whole high school, for 4 years of high school. The same pair. If something happened to them, she took it to the shop and got them fixed. But she had one pair of shoes her for her whole 4 years of high school. And when she wasn't wearing the shoes, the mother was wearing the shoes. So yeah, it's a big deal over here. You'll see it. You know, they're amazed when they see you know, Americans, man, we have a big influence on Filipinos and their culture. Okay, that's just how it is. You know, there was a colony of ours for 50 years. You know, so Western culture, they're very interested in it, basketball and all that stuff. So yeah, they're gonna look at your shoes because more than likely they don't have a good pair of shoes. So if you're over here and you know, you got some extra shoes, that would be a nice gesture to show your neighbor or your wife's brother or somebody like that, you give them a nice pair of Nikes or Adidas. I gave my trainer at the gym, he almost cried. I gave him a pair of Adidas that I just bought, but I didn't like them. But me and him wore the same pair, and it's something like I paid something like 5 or 6,000 pesos for him. I just gave them to him. Man, he wears those shoes with pride. See, he's a Filipino right here, RLVRV. He said Filipinos look at the brand of your shoes, especially Nikes. They do.
Maybe that's why I don't notice. I just wear Skechers.
Well, they even look at that. Funky Joe Philippine Experience says the Philippines has the biggest second-hand shoe market I've ever seen. I can't wear used sneakers, though, especially from someone who never even wears socks here. Yeah, I don't know where they get these shoes from, but you're right. If you go to these Okai places, I'm pretty sure where you took me around that gym, Claude, there's a bunch of Okai. I mean, they're just full of shoes, used shoes, and you're like, where are they getting all these shoes from? And they try to make you pay for them. Frank Tate says, if you're making $50,000 a year, there's no reason to work. I know I didn't come over here to work, Frank. I mean, that's a great point. I'm retired, man. He said, what's the most money you would spend on some new shoes, Cal? Well, normally I don't spend a whole lot. I'm going to be honest, if I'm buying them myself, about, 3,000 to 4,000. The reason I had bought those shoes is because it was something special I was doing. I normally wouldn't spend 5,000 or 6,000. Now, when I did this walk, I spent 6,500 for those Merrell shoes and then 8,500 for those Nike. But normally I spend about 3,000, about 3,500. I'm simple, man. I'm 60 years old, But that's about the most I would spend on a pair of shoes. Golden Gate says, I wore my Puma tennis shoes with the Velcro straps back in the day for at least 5 years. I still miss them. He says, I feel more comfortable with no label shirts, shorts, and unassuming sandals. I do too. You see, it's basically what I wear all the time, what I got on now. T-shirts, shorts, slippers. It's just too hot over here, man. I don't feel comfortable with that stuff. Are you adjusted to the heat, Claude?
Well, I lived in Houston for a long time, so it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but people say that to me all the time, but y'all get a break. I know y'all had a damn ice storm a couple of years ago, and they never had an ice storm over here.
Well, I mean, I was in California at the time, and I mean, if you've been in Houston for any number of years, it takes a little time to adapt. Yes, when I came over here before, it was terrible, but since I came back this time, it's hot, but it's not unbearable.
Yeah. I know when I was walking that walk, man, it was literally unbearable, but I had no choice. I had to keep going. It was just one of those things. Like I woke up this morning thinking about it, like, see, I finished the walk. Nobody gives a damn, right? But had I not finished that walk, man, they still be making memes about me
be talking
online. But it was so hot, man, that I couldn't turn back. I had to keep going. It's the hottest I've ever been. It's the hottest I've ever been. Nothing even comes close to that. 130 heat index. But yeah, it says, Angelo Yusuf Habib says, Cal, how many pairs of shoes do you think a newcomer should bring? I was thinking one pair of sneakers and one pair of dress casual shoes and take it from there. Yeah, and then but how long are you going to be here? If you're just going to be here on vacation, yeah, but then I would bring a nice, comfortable pair of slippers too.
Yeah.
Because they're expensive here. I saw somebody he said the name brand shoes here are the same prices in America. and they are really. So, you know, you might as well buy them there where you know that you're going to have the right size.
Yeah,
Because
it's
over
hard to
here, a
find.
10 may not be a 10.
It's hard for me to find shoes here. I haven't found any yet. I wear a 12. But if you
Yeah,
got slippers, bring slippers like this.
yeah, slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't,
See,
if you wear anything more than a 10, you're going to have a hard time finding shoes.
now I hope Geechee Lamb bought more than what he bought. He bought more like shoes. I don't think I ever seen him with slippers, but I think he does have a pair of slippers because he wears size 14. So he's
Wow.
really gonna have. Now I guess he could go up Manila somewhere, but you can order them Amazon, different things like that.
Amazon.
Yeah, he wears size 14. Yeah, he says preparing the homestead for sale. I'm headed to Manila for a month to see if I can find a pain management doctor. If I can live there, I'll be generous to the locals.
Be
Yeah, if
careful
you're gonna
because
find
there's
something
a
like that,
whole lot of locals. Yes, we help, but it's, man, you can get overwhelmed by so many.
thank you for saying that. I say it all the time. The need is so great over here that you have to be careful. You'll go broke. You can't,
Yeah, you
you know,
will.
you got to get a hold on your emotions, man, because you can't help everybody over here. You know, I help when I can, man, but I tell you, yeah, you're right. You're surrounded by, sometimes it's depressing to me, you
Very
know,
much so. Yeah.
it's depressing. You know, people, they're not ready for that when they come over here because nobody tells them about it. All they go straight to the woman. And they said they think they're going to stay locked up in the house with the woman 24 hours a day, sitting by the beach, you know, drinking coconut juice and getting tune-ups all day. No, it's a real world over here that you're going to have to get out here into. And the struggle, man, it's all around you. I mean, it just seems like everybody's broke, and
Yeah.
you just never. I've never experienced it, man. I've gotten. I don't know if you ever get used to it, but I
You
gotten to
don't.
the point where I just feel better about it, knowing that I'm doing the best I can. I didn't have nothing
Exactly.
to do with it. I'm doing the
Right.
best I can, and that's how I deal with it because it's everywhere. It's
Uh,
everywhere. You
I
can't escape.
remember when you were here and there was a situation where I did not give a certain amount and you said something to me, I felt bad, but at the same time I'd been given and given. And it's like, it's hard to get that balance. You want to help, but you have to stop helping at some point.
Yeah, I mean, 10 or 20 pesos. I mean, but if you do that 5 times a day, that's 100 pesos a day you're just giving away. Okay, that's 3,000 pesos. Now you got a bill. Now you got a bill now. That's 3,000 pesos per month. I'm just saying though, a lot of times though, I'm not confronted with it. It's not every day that somebody's coming to me asking because Filipinos are very proud. They'll hide their suffering. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but they're suffering, but they'll hide it. So if I walk from here to catch a tricycle, nobody's gonna ask me for anything. Now, when I come out of the places where business is being conducted,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
grocery store, of course,
Mm-hmm.
the money remittance place, they're
Yes.
gonna be they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be waiting for you. The restaurants usually.
Over the
Okay,
restaurant.
so you got to get this in your mind. Okay, we're going out to eat more than likely when I come out of here. So, you have, some change or some small bills
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
go and go on your way because you see what happened to the lady in Dumagetti, man. It's terrible. The lady gets stabbed to death because the man said she didn't give enough. He gave her she gave him 5 pesos and he came up behind and stabbed her in the back and killed her. This only
Wow.
happened last month, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I remember
because
another thing you said. It's just like some things we try to do, but you let Merlin do it. I just tell,
yeah,
You might here, you take care of that. You decide. She just tell me, say, no, those people, no, they're on drugs or whatever. So I let her handle it. And that way, you know, oh yeah, this person, they really need it.
Yeah. They have the discernment that we don't have. See, we don't know anybody over here. You come to a place where you don't know where you're going. You don't know nothing about the Philippines. You don't know the people. But we come over here, we got these lofty expectations. This is what I'm talking about. You know, you don't know nothing. You don't know who you even dealing with. That could be the mayor that you're talking to. You don't even know it. So you have to really be careful. But the struggle, man, this is one thing I want to warn you guys about. You know, you're gonna be around it every single day, man, and you're gonna be like, wow. It just breaks your heart, man. I mean, but like, what can I do? I gotta eat too.
Right.
Now, did you know, preacher? Because I was with the last time I was in the Philippines. Okay. Did you know you can get a visa here for being a preacher? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There's a special visa, but you have to have a church that's going to sponsor you. Okay. Me in Maryland, when I got finished with my walk, the very same day we went to Ground Zero, I met a guy, I believe his name was Robert. He was from Hawaii. And he was, you know, like a minister, a pastor of, you know, and I said, well, how are you staying over? He said, well, my visa just expired. I had you know, a special visa that they give to spiritual, you know, leaders. Yeah, it's a special. You can go to JRC Consultancy. He said that's how he heard about it. He said once they knew he was a preacher or pastor, they told him about the visa. But you have to have a church to sponsor you, man. But now that you're married, you're getting ready to get married, you won't need it.
Right.
He says, how many other preachers, pastors do we have over there? Anybody know?
I haven't met any others. I mean, I had a friend before I left the States. He did pastor over here for 8 years, and he told me about the church in Makati, and I went over there and made some good friends, but I don't really know any others here.
Okay, guys, we got to get off of here. It's almost 12 o'clock. I want to thank you, Claude, for your time today. And I'm going to give you the last word. Just leave us with a good word, Claude. You know, take as much time as you like, but leave us with a good word, man. Something we can chew on and think about, either for the rest of the day or as we go to sleep at night over there.
Okay. Well, thank you, first off, Calvin, for allowing me on and for the encouragement that you gave me. And I just want to say to all my brothers and sisters out there that I just want you to be encouraged that, you know, God is real and that he really cares for you. And, you know, don't look at it as some preacher trying to make you do this or do that. I just talk about biblical principles. And there's so much in there that's so positive and so good and so encouraging that, you know, if you just read the word, everything is there. I declare it's there. And I just want you to be encouraged. My channel is about encouraging you to just know that, you know, you can live life. You can live good life. You can live a happy life as a Christian and as a person. I don't bombard people with the word, but when I talk to people, it come out. I'm sorry, it's in me. But I'm just trying to encourage everyone to know that it's all right. You know, it's going to be okay. Just believe God. And, you know, God will lead you to many people that will be a blessing to you. Calvin's been a real blessing, he and others. And I thank God for people like him. God bless you and have a wonderful everything.
Yeah, thank you, Claude. See, it was only when we came to visit you and Jen for the meet and greet did I remember that Cagayan de Oro should be in the expat alley. It should be there. that's a place, there's a lot of expats there. It's a place where you can transition into the Philippines fairly simple, right? They've got the
Yeah.
big malls there. They
Hmm.
got everything there, the nice restaurants, resorts that you are accustomed to in your country. So it wouldn't be that big of a jump. But thanks everybody for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Go and check out the Passport Preacher Pastor. I told him I was going to bring him on here once he got 10 videos. I think you got more than that now.
Well, 10 or 11. With all
Yeah.
things, I've been, been a little busy, but soon I'll be putting out 2 to 3 a week.
Yeah. Have you ever just stood behind the podium and and preached a sermon?
Oh, not on here, but many times. Not on
Yeah,
here.
but I mean on here, I think that would be kind of interesting to people. Like have church every Sunday, man, because there's some people over here, Claude, believe it or not, they miss church from over there because they
Hmm.
get, over here they're, when I used to go every now and then to the Catholic mass, but most of the time, it's not the same type of preaching I'm used to.
Yeah.
That good old time religion, the preacher gets excited and
Mhm.
all of that, right?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I'm not the kind of preacher that grabs his ear and do all that. I'm about the word and explaining the word, but I do get excited and I do get a little carried away, which I love to do. So all this coming in time, just to go back to what someone had said about you've changed, you've evolved. Yeah, my channel, I'm learning. I may look back and say, boy, that wasn't so good, but I'm just being myself. And I will evolve. I'll learn to be a better vlogger. I'll learn to reach, the people that are listening to me. So I will grow. So y'all just bear with me while
Absolutely.
I learn.
Yeah, absolutely. You will. And that's what's happened to me. I've learned what's appropriate to say and what's not appropriate to say. See, because those guys, they don't realize that there's people watching me. They want me to trip up and say something stupid so they can
Yeah.
run to the authorities. I run to the Filipino people. So yeah, I have to evolve. My message has evolved. Now it's more about, jumping off the hamster wheel, leaving the rat race. Starting a new life somewhere else. You know, knowing that you have options and what your options are. Okay. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see y'all next time. Stay out of trouble.